Hey guys, welcome back. So today on Modern Masters Auto, we are going to be doing some tuning revisions to the Whipple wagon, Alex's 55, the one we put the supercharger on years ago. So we're going to pull the file off and I'm going to show you guys how to pull a file, stock or tune file off of your ECU with the Galetto software from VRP and then send it out. You're going to email it and you'll get the tune file back. I'll show you how to load that and I'll show you how to do some data logging. We're going to do this all with Alex's 55. This is going to help a lot of people out how to just do this process, email the tunes out, get the tunes back, and the data logging. The most important part of owning a modified AMG is logging the car, how it's running. So you can just see everything, intake air temperature, timing, boost, fuel trims, all of it. You want to see all of that, and then air to fuel, which Alex has a built-in wideband gauge, but I'll go over all of that with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. All right guys, so we have Alex's E55 wagon here. This is the car we're going to be doing the video on to show you how to use the Galetto software and how to do tuning on the 55 platforms, and it works with various other platforms as well. So Alex wants us to dial in the drivability of this car. The advancement of tuning in these has just grown so much over the years since the first time we installed the Whipple. This has big injectors, big pumps. So we're gonna dial it in and possibly throw it on the dyno. But for you guys, I just really wanna show you how to do that tuning software and then translate it into how to do the data logging to support that so you can get a better tune back from your tuner. And I suggest going through VRP at vrpspeed.com. And then you'll see we did the Gen 4 2.9 VRP Whipple, VRP primary and secondary heat exchanger, VRP split cooling, cool intake made by OJ over at Fluid Motor Union. Looks great. I would just probably pull more from the front with that, maybe even add just like put the factory pieces in that pull air from the front. But other than that, looks great. And we're just gonna get all this tarps off of it and stuff, and we're gonna resurrect the great mighty 55 wagon and do some pulls on the street and get this thing dialed in. So let's jump into that. All right guys, so we brought the wagon inside, and before you do any tuning, pulling the file, just reading the ECU, you want to make sure you have it on some kind of tender charger. You know, if you're really desperate, a jump box will do, just anything, and just check how cool this is. Now, if you have an E55, you know that you usually have to hook up to the battery in the trunk, but on the wagon, Alex has factory jump points. So that is very cool. So you want to put a battery charger on there and just getting that above 12 volts, so 12 plus volts, and then we'll pull the stock file off this and send it out. So let's get to the laptop. All right guys, so you'll take your VRP provided OBD2 dongle for the Galetto 1260 software. You'll find your OBD2 port, plug that in, and then hook that up to your laptop. You want to make sure it's nice and snug in there. Plug the USB portion into your laptop and start up the Galetto 1260 software. You'll want to put the key on position 2 in the ignition till all the lights come on the dash. Do not start the vehicle. And you'll make sure Mercedes is selected right here. You'll make sure you select the correct driver. It will be either the 2.8 AMG or the regular 2.8, depending if you're doing a 55 or a 65. You'll select that, ECU data, and then we're going to go ahead and you'll use open file. I like to put my tune files on the desktop so you can quickly find it. And here we go. So we got a Whipple with 1050 cc's, fixed pulley, long tube headers, cooling, 93 octane, and that was dated today, January 6th, so I know that's the correct file. So I'm going to click that. So once you have the tune file right here, you are then going to go to download file, and that is going to start tuning the vehicle. And it first reads the seed key and then it starts erasing and the fan will kick on, and that's how you know you start tuning the vehicle. Now during this process you can go ahead and unplug the fan before you do it, so it's not such a current draw, but it won't hurt anything. It takes some time. Make sure you don't mess with the vehicle. or anything like that, so it is safe. And guys, I do in this video would like to shout out Vteck for working with me. They're going to be checking all the logs I send them. They're sending all the tunes. So shout out to those guys for taking the time to help me do this video and dial in this tune on the Whipple Wagon. This is the first Whipple Wagon. Obviously we have some Whipple Wagon builds going on at the shop, but this is the OG Whipple Wagon. And you can also get these same tunes from Vteck sourced through VRP. So go to vrpspeed.com. Those guys will expedite everything, get you a cable out the quickest in the United States. So vrpspeed.com, and then Vteck will be helping you with the tuning process. If you need your ECU, if you don't trust doing this and you need your ECU tuned, you can always send it to us at Modern Masters. We will bench tune it for you for a cost, of course, but we'll take care of you. All right, guys, so in Italian, I believe this says to turn the key off for 10 seconds. Hey, Alex, can you look at this? Is this Italian?
Oh, yes. Spegnere il quadro per 10
I know it says, like, turn the key off.
Turn the key off for 10. Yeah, it's Italian.
That's really Italian?
It's so
it's
weird.
Italian software.
Yeah. Oh, that makes
sense. Yeah, the Galetto 1260.
Oh, yeah, Galetto. That is Italian. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
so yeah, Alex confirmed that is in Italian. Yeah. So turn the key off for 10 seconds. And you'll hit OK. And then you'll turn on the dashboard, hit OK, and then you'll see it says OK here, but then you want to read the ECU data again. That is a very important part because you want to know that the tune is not corrupted and that everything is okay. And if your VIN number appears right here, you are good to go. So you can close it out. All right, guys, we have the E55 wagon outside. We're going to hook up the data logger and get this thing down the road and do some logs. So we hooked up the ZETRONIX device. It's an in-dash screen, but it is a ZETRONIX data logger. It's my favorite. This is my personal one that I use on my dyno, and we're gonna go ahead and start getting signals here. As you can see here, it is 14s at idle, and that's what you want. It is battling around. These 1050cc injectors are just harder to dial in, but it is close to where it should be, and idle is butter smooth right now that it's warmed up, and it is cold out here. What does it say? It's gonna be at 40 degrees. So some of us don't think it's cold.
It's not.
I think it's freezing. 40 degrees is cold to me.
You're gonna be in trouble when it's actually cold.
I am in trouble.
How much more clues?
I don't know. I just don't go. I go see my parents in Florida. This is way too cold for me. But that's looking good. And we'll go ahead and hit start log on here. It's going to record all these parameters. IAT is a little high, which might be our issue because it's 40 degrees out. That pump should be cooler now, but we'll see if it cools down while we're driving. So guys, I'm going to show you on the ZETRONIX software the log, but we're hoping that IAT cools down significantly because that could be part of the problem with the tune. If it gets too hot above 120 while cruising, then it is going to run not so good. Cooling down or getting hotter?
Hotter, 113.
We might have a dead coolant pump.
115.
And this is why data logging is so important. You want to make sure you're watching fuel trim, you're watching spark advance, you want to watch IAT. That is a big one. That is a tall tale sign of diagnosing if you're having a car that was acting fine and then running rich or super lean and you know it doesn't have a vacuum leak. It could be fueling or cooling. And the hotter it gets, the worse the car is going to run. It's not going to detonate the fuel appropriately, and that could be your whole entire issue. And at 117 while cruising at 40 degrees outside, that is the issue. So we are not going to continue tuning this car. I'm just going to show you guys more of the data logging, and then we will resolve the coolant issue and make some beans. And hopefully this spring I'll come back up here with Alex. We'll put this on the dyno and make all the powers with it, because with me and Alex's powers combined, this can be a 1,000,000 horsepower wagon. 1,000,000 horses. Yeah guys, like you get into this thing, it blows the tires off. It feels great. Let me look at fuel. Yeah, fueling's perfect. It is just getting, look at that, barely getting into it. It's getting up to 120s, 130. And that's really cold. So with Alex driving this in the summer, I cannot even imagine what the IAT was. We're at 39 degrees outside, maybe even a little colder, and we're 125, 130 degrees IAT. Yeah, this thing was struggling just to keep cool to save its life. So we're gonna add some more cooling mods, maybe even talk them into a VRP underhood tank, and that would just help a lot with this Whipple. When you have a either a fixed pulley with a stock supercharger or a Whipple on these cars, cooling. And that is the issue here. So I'm glad I got to figure that out for him. And this tune is actually pretty good. Fueling was good when I was just getting into it. So we'll check the log also on the laptop, and I'll see you guys back at the shop. All right guys, so I'm testing to see the fuse was good. I'm testing to see if we have coolant flowing. So go ahead and start it up. All right, so it started for a second. And then nothing. All right, dude, just key on 2. Nothing. So we need a coolant pump. And this is not, you know, a happy ending, but this is exactly why I talk about data logging and why I talk about how important the dyno is. So if this car was at the shop and, you know, we were expecting big numbers out of it, we would have put this on the dyno when we were done building it, and we would have noticed right away that IAT was not good enough. And then we could have diagnosed it there and resolved it. So with this just out driving on the street, you know, you had no real idea that it's doing this because it's a fixed, it's not like the stock car. When the coolant pump goes out on a stock E55, the magnet won't engage and you won't have boost. On the car with a Whipple or a fixed pulley, it will have boost no matter what. Doesn't care what the temperature is. Your boost bypass at a certain point will open up. You'll lose some boost, but it is going to party no matter what, and we have no coolant flow. So we're gonna have to get this pump replaced, and sometime this year, come back and hang out with Alex, do some more data logging, and make this tune perfect. All right guys, so after getting back from driving the E55 wagon with this awesome G-Wagon in the background, I have my laptop, I put the SD card in it, and I'm gonna go over and show you guys this here on the screen. So, and as you can see right here, so right when we hit boost, right here, about 5 pounds of boost, we just barely started getting into it. RPM's up, we're at 126 IAT. And then we did not do anything else. You can see, and the IAT just rose and rose and rose, and you'll be able to see that. So it started getting hotter when we weren't even like getting on it. No boost or anything, and it was getting 131 IAT, and you see the IAT here. You can see your short-term fuel trim, your load, spark advance, RPM, boost, short-term fuel trim, engine coolant temp, and your map. So this is ZETRONIX, and this is my favorite data logging for the 55 cars and the 63 cars. You can do HP tuners on the 63 cars, but ZETRONIX is just really great for the 55 cars. You want to get that in-dash and the ZETRONIX, the ZT2 or the ZT4 if you want a dual wideband from the left and the right bank. So yes, you want this. No, we didn't get to do more tuning with it, but it got to quickly diagnose that this IAT was an issue, the issue of what Alex was experiencing. So we'll get this resolved and finish that car. All right guys, that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you really learned how to use the Galeto software, how to use the ZETRONIX data logger, what parameters you can see, and you can change that. Those are the ones that I like to look at. You can change that up to 36 different signals on the 55s. and other cars. There's a ton more different options, but that is just a basic to get you going and really just start to get the main features of ZETRONIX and how to load and tune your car with the Galeto software. So that wraps up today's video. Give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one. How's my hair? Is my hair okay? Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. So today on Modern Masters Auto, God damn it, Max. Oh, Jesus. Use code MAXSUCCESS. Oh, it's recording.
Hello. Can you
Look
hear
at
me?
Bill. Look at Bill. He's all
fuzzy mic.
He's
Fuzzy
mic'd
mic.
up.
Fuzzy mic check. 1, 2.
All right. All right. So today's episode, we're going to install a radio. We got the old VP of Radio Shack here.
Circuit City.
Oh, Circuit City. I keep telling people it's Radio Shack.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
Radio Shack.
I'm sorry. You're going to hear it. You're hearing it right now. Let me see. Let me see this.
I want to hear the audio with your shirt.
I know you want to hear it. I know you want to hear it.
Do you want me to like make your logo or something? Like a keychain?
You can make my logo? Yeah. Yeah, dude. That would be a badass short too. Take that tune file and, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Testing, testing. Bill's forehead, testing. Let it run. You let it run, Nini. All right. Perfect. Good. Cool.
That's a wrap.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap for Chicago.
That's a wrap. We're out of here. That was the last day. That was just so much fun. Thanks to everybody who contributed to us being here, all the cool things we got to do. And just, I'm ready to get back home and get to work and enjoy my new addition to the shop. It is just, I've been watching the guys working there and I'm kind of like missing home because I want to start doing everything in my new shop and put in a couple more lifts and just get a bunch more work done. So I'm excited to make Modern Masters great again this year. So I'll see you guys later.